Assalamualaikum Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, in one of your recent videos on TikTok on jinns, you had said jinns don't die. Many people were commenting online that they do die. Can you please clarify?
Yeah, the problem is that people don't listen to the actual video. So if people listen to the video, it said that don't die in the way that we die on the lifespan that we die. So the whole video, and in that same clip it describes, and other people commenting, you didn't hear what he said. He said they don't die like we die, that their lifespans are 2,000-3,000 years. So that's the problem, is that a lot of people like to make comments and they judge a book by its cover. They look at the thumbnail and think they already know what's in the talk, maybe because they've heard 1,000 talks from YouTube thinking everything is the same. But our thumbnails have pretty much nothing to do with the talks. So the thumbnails are meant to capture people, but the gist of the talk and the depth of the talk is something that you have to clearly hear and then hear again. And that is in itself a isharat, a guidance on how sort of naive people are, and that they're so superficial, that when it comes to haqqaiqs and realities people not really ready for that. They're all interested in the shirk khafi, the hidden shirk with Allah. Everybody has now made themselves to be like judges, like a seat of judges where everyone wants to sit and judge good bad, up down, thumb down. They're not really interested in learning any content. Everyone plays a role now in which to judge. And Allah and all religions came to judge not, for you shall be judged. Means the way in which you judge people, Allah will hold an account towards that individual. And that's unfortunately with social media, the bulk of the people now, 99% of people, they feel the role is to judge. So you'll see in comments on all the videos, it's just judgment. This is not true, this is not true, this is not true. Click on one of those people say, this is not true, and you go to their page and it's motorcycles. They have absolutely nothing to even do with Islam or any realities or guidance or shaykh or alim or anything. They're just saying things and making comments. So that's mostly what social media seems to be, is just teaching people how to judge. And those whom are truly searching for gems and pearls and the treasures of the heavens, they have a different character in which they're hungry, they have to have a hunger. That this category of people, they feed you, but they feed you for the sake of Allah. But the people whom come, they have to have a hunger. When they have that hunger, they're looking for the jewels, they're detecting the diamond and the gold and everything. They're not looking for what was wrong, what went wrong, what was interpreted wrong. Those are like what we have, the foam on the ocean, the majority are like foam on an ocean in which you just take them and they blow away with the wind. Those whom are looking for the jewels, they go deeper into every subject. They merely hear these and try to find the link to the actual talk. Remember, it's like fishing, so this is supposed to in which to bait you to take a bite, because the shaykh is a fisherman, he is going to catch some fish. He's going to catch souls with this reality. He's not meant to teach them everything in one video, but just merely enough to see if you're going to bite. So they patiently sit there with their stick out and they tell their other students, cast the lines, throw out all these videos and let's see Allah what He sends for fishes to bite, because the fishes are souls of people. Which souls are going to be attracted to this reality? Not thinking if you put out 1,000 video shares 1,000 are coming, no. You're lucky if 100 come, and from that 100, 2, 3, 4 become sincere and really want to go into the depth of the reality. So it's not a reality or teaching that is meant for the masses of people. It's meant for the khawas, the elite of their souls in which whom Allah has given to them an interest and a yearning. And based on their good actions and good character they go deeper into the reality. And also the reverse, that when the good character leaves and the badness of character comes, they leave. And that's not from their cleverness that they leave, it's Allah has expelled them from the course. And that's when they leave and they begin to exhibit all the bad characteristics. And that's the teachings from the shaykh, that they teach for the sake of Allah. They don't teach for the sake of people. If what they did for the sake of people, they would have quit 30 years ago. Because people by their nature are deceitful. They take and then they throw you out when they're finished with you, or they betray you and they exhibit all the treacherous characteristics of a betraying person. And anyone who studies the topic, it's the adab of your amir, that when you take your allegiance to your shaykh, he's your amir, he's the one whom is responsible for you. And the betrayal of the amir is a high level of betrayal, and the betrayal of students to their teacher and to the way is a very high level betrayal. It's not something small in Allah's eyes, and that's the system. The shaykhs teach and the students learn. When the students exhibit bad character, Allah expels them from the course. It's not their cleverness they think they're leaving, it's Allah is not pleased with what they do, and as a result they begin to withdraw, their characteristics change, their adab and their manners change, and people see the manners. So it is not something foreign. When you see somebody exhibiting bad manners, slandering, backbiting a shaykh and Ahlul Bayt or descendant of Prophet, you see how these are called the treacherous and ruinous states of insan. These are not noble, these are not anything to do with the soul, they're even beyond the nafs and they become demonic. So that's a very dangerous state in the last days. So also by watching the comments, watching how former students betray and how they act and how people are sort of going all over the place and sort of losing their mind, that's a sign of the times that this is a school of adab. This is a school in which everything somebody does you stand back as an observer and say, I wonder if is this from the soul, and that's why we gave the talk of the who are sitting on the chair. Anything you see or hear from somebody, you ask yourself is, I wonder who's sitting on the chair at that time. Is shaitan sitting on that person's chair? Then they have very treacherous and ruinous states of character, and they do and exhibit very bad characteristics in very holy times and holy months. This is not from the soul would never do such a thing. The soul exhibits the character of perfection, and that's why we said for people to read, these are the stories of awliya. What they say is not tazkiyat, tazkiyar awliya, the stories of awliya, in which how their whole lives were carrying burdens, that people would throw rocks at them and they would carry the burdens of people. But the people throwing rocks were not of a noble characteristic, they were exhibiting demonic characteristics. And the shaykhs, they carry those difficulties, means they continue their path, they continue their teaching, they continue their mission in which they have to complete, regardless of its popularity and regardless of who comes, who gets off the train, who boards the train. And the role of the student is to perfect themselves to noble angelic characteristics. And that's why those three people, either their shaitan, their nafs or their soul. That's why that talk is important. So when students start to see the bird box and see the extent of insanity, they're given the tools in which to understand.